Okay, hello, and I guess welcome to my first ever YouTube video. That is crazy to me. Asked me 2 weeks ago and I would have said no, I'm not starting YouTube until after uni. No, I'm not starting it. I'm not starting it. And here I am. I have always wanted to do YouTube. I just didn't know if I was gonna have the time to do it. But realistically, I love being busy and my life is nothing less than. I basically just thought in true YouTube spirit that I'd sit down, film a little get to know me, a Q&A. I feel like a lot of the time you would see an Instagram or a TikTok and it's not necessarily like, I don't know, my personality. I feel like YouTube is going to be a really fun way of you getting to know me more and vice versa. As you get to know me, you'll know that I am the biggest rambler in the world. Everyone says it. I'll go on about a million tangents before I even get to my answer. So make sure to get comfy, grab a cup of tea, grab some biscuits. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it and get going. I thought we'd do a little like background information because like some questions have literally been like, where are you from, when's your birthday, things like that. So I was like, we'll stick with that first. I feel like that's a good structure. So the first question is, where are you from? Now I can never give anyone a straight answer when they're like, oh my god, where are you from, where's your accent? Because without getting into like nitty-gritty details, my whole family is from Wales. I am Welsh blood. Whole family still lives in Wales apart from my immediate family, so mum, dad, sister. My parents like to say that I was made in Wales. I'll let your imagination run wild for that. I was then born in Southampton. It was with my dad's job. We've kind of like traveled with him. I was made in Wales. I was born in Southampton. So like I grew up in a place called Lymington, which was beautiful. It was right next to the sea, and then like, I don't know, 20-minute drive and you'd be in the forest with like all the ponies. As cringy as that sounds, it was a perfect place to grow up. That's where I get my like southern accent from. And then when I turned 12 going on to high school, dad got a new job, so we all moved up near Nottinghamshire area. So we very much were like seaside kids, landlocked. I don't hold that against my dad, but he know what he did. That's why I can never really give anyone like a straight answer as such, because I feel like I'm from here, there and everywhere. My accent kind of like changes as to where I am. I feel like everyone's guilty of doing that. So I'll say grass, or then it'll be grass, then it'll be bath, then it'll be bath. I was about to say swiftly moving on to the next question, but I already know that that was a long-winded story. The next one's simple. That's just, when is your birthday? My birthday is the 9th of May 2002. So I'm currently 20 years of age. I definitely don't feel 20 at all. Even though I'm in my second year of university, it just still doesn't feel right. Okay, so the next one is, what course are you doing at uni or college or school? Yeah, so I'm actually at dance college, but it's a degree course. So I'm technically at uni, but it's technically dance college. I'm currently studying at Trinity Laban Conservatoire of Music and Dance, if you want the full shebang. I'm on the course which is ballet and contemporary. That is what I do Monday to Friday. I've been getting on really well with it. First year was a bit hit or miss. It was very much like the COVID-y type year. So this year everyone's kind of gone into second year. They've chucked us straight in the deep end, and now we're doing these days where it's like 8:45 till 5 sometimes. That's a lot. Especially in first year when it was like we were doing ballet in like our own living rooms because of COVID. So it's been interesting, it's been a lot, but it's really nice that we now get to experience things like theatre work, productions. So that's super fun. At the moment we are working towards a show which I've got coming up on the 1st of July. So excited for that, but that's where I currently am in my life. Second year university, waiting for it to slowly finish for summer. God, I've really thought about like the structure of this, because now I've just been like, oh yeah, I can't wait for summer. Now I'm gonna answer a summer question, aren't I? God, get the ball rolling. That's pretty sweet. Someone's asked, how excited are you for summer and have you got any holidays booked? That reminds me of the meme, you know, when it goes, how excited are you? And it's like, ah, like I'm screaming inside. I'm just counting down the days till I finish uni, honestly. So far, I've got one holiday booked for definite. That's with Jed. We're going to Bali, which has been on my bucket list for the longest time. Like I feel so grateful that like I'm at a stage in my life where like I can kind of experience these things and go. It genuinely feels like such a privilege to be able to say, I'm going to Bali. Can't explain the excitement that I have for it. We're actually going for a little over 2 weeks, so it's going to be like a really nice time. We're doing 3 different places. I'm not going to pronounce the names because I know that I'll get it wrong. So it's going to be a super great trip, one that I definitely want to vlog. I'm also thinking about investing in some like high-tech type thing, whether I do like a GoPro or a drone. My sister's boyfriend has actually just gone to get his from his house because we're going to have a play with it, which sounds so like tech geeky, but it's going to be really funny. Another holiday that we have like in the works is me and the girls are planning to go to Italy. I've done Italy before with my family and I loved it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite places to go. You can eat pizza and pasta all day long. So much ice cream. It's such a foodie holiday, and if you know me, you know that's what I live for. We're just waiting for Romy to get some time off work so that we can definitely plan it for definite, but we're thinking about doing Sorrento in particular, so we can kind of like visit Positano, Amalfi Coast. It's gonna be a really girly girls holiday and we can't wait for that one either. Again, one that I'll be vlogging. I think that's what's kind of persuaded me to do YouTube, is I've got so many fun things coming up, and where I'm always on my phone, whether I'm Instagramming, TikTok, like Instagram Reels, might as well just get the camera and do the full shebang. Why do I keep using the word shebang? I've never used that word in my life, and now all of a sudden I'm in front of a camera and I'm using it left, right and centre. Don't know who I am. Okay, so moving on to a little speed round dating edition. I had a few questions around Jed and our relationship, so I thought I'd just, you know, spitfire them out. So one of them being, how long have you and Jed been together? It's actually our 2 years coming up in, I think, less than a week now, which is crazy. Like, me and Jed have always been like, we feel like we've known each other for so long, and as much as 2 years is such a long time, I could say that I have known that boy a lifetime, and I haven't, but it really feels like that. How did you and Jed meet? Who approached who in the DMs? So it was Jed approaching me. If we're going for the full story, this was when I was starting TikTok in lockdown. I was like, you know what, I'm never gonna see anyone in school again. If people decide to hate on me, they decide to hate on me. I'm not gonna see them again. I came up on his For You page. I can probably even get the exact TikTok that he was like, yeah, that one. I'm not gonna lie, I probably made it private though, because the amount of times that I go through my TikTok just privating a load of things, because you know when things just age and it's like, that is the most cringiest thing I've ever seen. He saw this TikTok, went straight to my Instagram, followed me for like a week. I think it was a little while after my birthday that he then decided to swipe up with a fire emoji. The boy has game, I'll tell you that. We then just started talking, FaceTiming, talking for so long before we even met. It was actually through TikTok. So if you've never heard a TikTok romance story, there's your first one. Someone asked me a less like formal question around the relationship, but just like, how do you deal with long distance? I don't know, like me and Jed have always said we've never found long distance relationships hard. We're very much firm believers in, if you want to make it work, you'll make it work. Especially like with today's technology, FaceTime is such a great way to keep in contact with anyone that like you're distant from. So me and Jed kind of do like a week at a time. So when we were first dating, it was very much that he'd come to mine for a week and then I'd go to him for a week. But a lot of the time it was that we'd be able to leave each other like 3 days and then we'd be back in each other's houses, annoying each other's families. Never really struggled with it. And then obviously because he's in Brighton, me being in Nottingham, that's like a 3-4 hour train journey. But ever since moving to London, that's only like an hour and 10 minutes on the train. So it's really not as long distance as you may think. Never been, we've had to like make it work. It just has kind of worked, which we're very grateful and lucky for. I don't know why I feel like I'm interrogating myself. I'm so hot right now. All I want to do is open my window, but I know that there'll just be like cars zooming by. God, the stress. Okay, looping back into the whole dance degree, college type situation. How long have you been dancing and is it going to be your future career? It's weird. Like, you know when someone says there's a sign that keeps like coming up in your life, oh, I've seen like this lucky number 3 times a week. That question in the past 2 weeks, oh my God, everyone's like, oh, are you gonna continue doing dance college? Like, what's your plans for after? What's your plans for after? Because at the end of the day, I am nearing the end of my year 2. So year 3 is when you kind of like start to think about like, where you want to go with things. And my mind genuinely goes blank. I don't see a problem in that. I don't see a problem with that. Take it as it is, take it when it comes. I'm really just kind of content with the way things are going. I love doing social media and I love dancing, and the fact that I get to kind of have these 2 separate worlds is really fun. You know, my little Hannah Montana moment, if you will. So I've been dancing since I was like 2.5, 3. I think it was just something that my parents were like, yeah, let's get her into it. I know they tried it with Eleanor, but Eleanor has 2 left feet. That is another thing that about me and my sister. We are complete polar opposite, but it works so well together. It's so strange. So I don't know whether it was kind of like an excuse to get me out the house as like an annoying child, because when I was young I was doing swimming, gymnastics, dance, and I'm so happy that my parents pushed me to do those things, because it very much set me up on like I could make a load of decisions for myself and do what I want to do. I've done ballet from a very young age. That was something that my parents just kind of started me off on. I then moved to Nottingham, went to a different dance school where I then basically decided to take up everything. But then it was ballet, modern, tap, jazz, street. Never a musical theatre kid though. That's something I sound like a dying cow when I sing. That's something that it will never happen. Musical theatre, And then moving on to a degree sense, it was very much that I decided to go down the ballet and contemporary route. It's just something that I felt strongest in. I felt the strongest passion for it. As much as I love street and commercial, I do wish that I still did more of that, but with like the timetable and schedules, it is hard to like take up extracurriculars that mean that I would have to travel halfway across London to like go to. So I ended up auditioning for 3 schools. That was Ramba, Northern Contemporary of Dance, which is in Leeds, and at Trinity Laban. Trinity Laban was the one that I ended up going to. Another question that I've had is, are you you and Jed moving in together? And the answer is yes, we're moving in together. We're looking at places for August time, because I start my 3rd year in September. He is indeed moving to London with me. I think it's going to be a really fun opportunity for us just to live in London for a year. We're really excited about it, just having our own place. We spend so much time together, it makes sense anyways. Moving vlogs, flat tours, that kind of thing will all be coming on Jed's channel and also now my own. Yes, another question is, how did you meet your girl group? I love this story. I think it's just so fun. So it was actually that I only knew one girl, Romy. We're gonna go through all the names. I met Romy first, literally just through online social media, that kind of thing. I think she put it on like a story being like, who's going to this event? And I was like, oh my god, me. And the thing is though, this event was up in Manchester, so we were gonna have to either way get a hotel, or whether like you travel back and forth to Manchester in one night. Romy messaged me, I was like, oh my god, are you going? I was like, yeah, I am. So Romy just turned around and she was like, I know this is so forward, but do you just want to get a hotel together? Because, well, one, it works out cheaper. Two, who wants to stay alone in a hotel in Manchester by themselves, like traveling back and forth regardless? It's just a big no-no for me anyways. And you know what? I was like, this girl seems lovely, let's do it. That's the most erratic thing I've ever done in my life. And I think that's what I'm trying to do more, is just basically say not yes to everything, but just like take more opportunities as they come. That's definitely something that I want to be doing over summer, even if it's like 48 hours in Paris, like that kind of thing. Like, just give me everything. I want to do it all. And then it was through Romy that she knew Cara through management. We then got to the hotel and we were like, oh, Cara and Bethany, like, let's all meet up. And they were like, oh, what room are you in? And we were in the opposite rooms, like literally splat bang, straight in the middle. We're like, okay, this is a sign. So we went to the event together, had a great time. And when people say surround yourself with people who are going to make you better, they are that to a T, genuinely. So I can't thank them enough for that. They very much drive me to do my best. We always sit down and we have like little aspirations and like goal meetings where we'll decide, okay, what's the next move? What can we do? What can we do to make ourselves better? But those are the girls that I'm going on a trip with. I've lost track of how many questions I've answered, and I don't know whether I just keep filming and then just like cut the questions where I'm like, okay, Imogen, you sound like an absolute weirdo, like, come on. If we want a part 2, we'll do a part 2. I can speak for Britain, I'll tell you that. But the one I think I'm gonna leave this video off on is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, how old would that make me? 25 years of age. 25 years of age, I want to God, this sounds like I want. Me and Jed have this really weird goal. Like, this is a goal for us, that we want 2 golden retrievers, like long-haired golden retrievers. I personally am thinking, let's get 2 at the same time. Imagine 2 little puppies running around. Like, I'm sorry. If that's not your dream, I don't know what you're playing at. Jed kind of wants to get one then the other, which I think is boring. But I definitely want to have 2 dogs by now. Why is that my goal? That's so pathetic. I think 25 is when I kind of want to be starting to get really financially stable. I think kids 26, 27, which is a really like bold thing to say, but that's kind of like my age. By 25, I wanted to have traveled a lot of the world. Me and Jed are speaking about doing a year of traveling when I finish my degree. That's what my sister is actually currently doing. In August, she goes off for a year, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm not going to see you for a year. But hopefully I'm going to fly out and hop on to wherever she is in that current moment in time. Yeah, I definitely think I want to have had my first home by 25. I think it's just kind of like lively goals. Dogs, a home, thinking about children. God, that's such a big thing to say, but that's so weird. I was saying to Jed when we were looking at flats the other day, I was like, we're adulting. That just feels so weird to me. I think it's a hard question, maybe because I'm so undecided on what I want to do in terms of dance and social media. I definitely want to have my own something, whether it's a brand. I definitely want to get designing something. I don't know what, but I've always kind of like had a bit of creativeness in me. I kind of want everything to amount to something, and that something hasn't yet been found, and that's fine, because that's what you go through life for, I guess, as deep as that sounds. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully in 5 years, I'll have the 2 golden retrievers, because clearly that's all I care about at the moment. I've got lots of things planned for this YouTube channel. I am so excited. I know that I've got a lot of fun vlogs coming up. I vlogged this weekend because we've got some really funny family bits going on. Also, in regards to Q&As, I think I'll probably end up doing a second one because, like I say, there's a lot to still get to know, I guess. I also think it might be fun to sit down and do a A-levels GCSE going into uni type Q&A, if that's something that people are interested in, or like a dance college Q&A, just something a bit more like niche for people who want it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That feels so weird to say. Even starting this, I was like, welcome to my YouTube channel. Who, what, and why, I don't know. But I'm so excited in taking this journey with you guys. I think it's going to be a really fun one. Hopefully if I haven't bored you to death and chatted away too much, that I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and give it a thumbs up.